Hi everyone and welcome back to my Hallicrafter S-20R project. Today you are noticing something awesome, and that is that I have finally upgraded my camera setup. I got tired of my own shaky videos, so now we have a camera holder which I can move wherever I wish, and I can put it higher up or further down. So yeah, here's the Hallicrafter, and I have done a few things since the last time you saw this. Mainly I have cleaned the dust out of it, so it is quite a bit cleaner inside. There was a lot of dust in the tubing condenser. I haven't cleaned the tubes though, so that might be a project for today. My goal in today's video is, if you take a look underneath, as we did last night, we obviously saw that this thing has been recapped. Black beauty capacitors were not a thing that was sold when this thing was built. Alright? So each one of these capacitors, they are after, I think they got released sometime in the mid-50s, so this thing has been recapped at some point. However, whoever recapped this wasn't a very competent person, because you don't do this. And why did you leave that old waxy capacitor there in place? That capacitor is referred to as a DEF capacitor. It goes from one side of the line to chassis. In the last night's video I kept saying it was across the line, but quite clearly it's not across the line, so I don't really know what my brain was doing. But I think we're gonna snippy snip that. And the second thing is, this is the coupling capacitor for the audio output right there. That one's gonna have to be changed. But I think what I'm going to do is we're going to cut this out. That stinky old DEF cap. Let's get in here and just bye-bye with you. We'll cut it out completely, because I don't want the capacitor going to the chassis. See, can I get the snippers on there in a good way? Here we go. I'm gonna pick that out of there. It's a bit tight, so we're gonna do it this way. And here it is. It's just an old waxy 0.01 800 volts DC. So that capacitor, and let's take a meter to it here just for fun. And if you measure these with an ordinary meter and they're leaky, they're going to display too large of a value. 0.06. Yeah, this thing is completely shot. It's super leaky. So this capacitor is gone. That's going right in my bin of old capacitors. Bye bye. And the reason the meter will show too large of a value is because when the capacitor is leaky, it takes longer for it to charge it up and measure its value. So it will say that it's larger than it actually should be. And here is this. Let's just do another example here. This is a dry electrolytic, but it's rated 20 microfarads. So switch the range here and let's have a look at what it is. Whoops, over range. 92 microfarads. So that thing is also crazy leaky. So, or the circuit could be affecting it. That's also possible. But yeah, there we go. We have removed our... Oh yeah, before I take this away, I want to show you just how bad the... So this is a 0.02. That's the audio coupling. As you can see, it's measuring 0.2 microfarads. So that thing is insanely leaky. And the circuit is... It could be affecting it because there's a grid leak resistor down here. But when you get a value like this, it's not good. That capacitor is just shot. But yeah, all these caps are going to have to go. But at this stage here now, we should be able to put this on the bulb limiter and variac supply, and we should be able to actually bring it up. And so what I'm gonna do, I'll place the meter somewhere here so it can still be seen on the video. We're gonna find the B plus coming off the rectifier, which is probably here. That red wire there is the main B plus. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clip onto that if we can. I might need to get a different clip lead. This one is kind of big. And we're gonna ground this. So I'm gonna change this probe out because this probe is improper type. So I'm gonna change that for one of these cables that has an end like this, and then to plug into one of these. So that means I can then take that and we can attach that to a reliable ground source. I don't want to attach it to the outside case, even though it's probably going to conduct, because there's screws and stuff and I don't want to be relying on that for my measurements. So we are going to attach it to somewhere here. Let's attach it here because this goes to ground here, so let's attach it there. There we go. And as you can see, there is 6 millivolts stored in that cap. I'm going to take these wires. Now I'm going handheld here for a bit. I'm going to take these wires, plug them into this variac here. That variac is then going to be plugged into my bulb limiter here, like so. And the bulb limiter is running from my isolation transformer and variac down here, which is adjusting the mains voltage. It's just set for about 230, so, but it is a big isolation transformer as well, so that thing should keep us safe. And we're gonna of course see if the transformer is fine. I'm pretty sure it is. These wires, they're just gonna go right in here, so I'm just gonna basically shove those right in there, and that's it. So I'm gonna do that, and we will get on with the first power up here. And whoops, sorry. I'm not used to this setup yet. It's literally just a piece of plywood, by the way. It's nothing special. So I'm gonna shove these into the variac. Here we go. That should work. Make sure the variac is at 0. Here we go. The variac is on. So yeah, let's bring it up very, very slowly and see what happens. The power switch should be on. Yes, I think so. Yep, it is. Might go handheld here for a little bit. So if I turn this light off here, these are the bulbs, 2 of them right now, 125 watts total, I think. Oh, look at that, we're already getting B plus here, and we are just at 30 volts. So that's pretty promising. Let's bring that up a little bit more. Let's bring it up to 40 volts. There we go. Now we're starting to build some B plus. Still a very small amount, but that tells us that at least something is alive. Let's bring it up a bit more. Let's bring it up to 50 volts. There we go. I'm gonna place you back here because, yeah, look at that. We're starting to get some pretty good B plus at this point, and the bulbs are not lighting, so that's good. We don't have any direct shorts. Oh Lord, I hear filter hum, and I hear a lot of it. And we're just up at 50 volts. So that bloody tube must be quite good, since it's humming already. Yeah, that's a lot of filter hum. And we're just at 50 volts. You can see how low the B plus is, 44 volts. Probably because that rectifier is being loaded down. So that's our B plus. Let me take that off of there and let's measure some other voltages. 44 volts. See, what do we have here? 27. And here's the third section here, which is being cut out here. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a wire here that's supposed to go somewhere that has been cut out. There's 40 volts there. That resistor has been changed. Yeah, this thing is humming like crazy. It's 35 volts here. Let's see how much leakage we have through that cap. Whoa! Yeah. We're not gonna run this any longer. This is gonna destroy itself. Whoa, that's quite severe. 5 volts of leakage at just that low of a voltage. But yeah, lots of hum. This filter cap is done for. There's a leak in oil because you never really know what they contain. Also, I printed a lot of pages. I almost forgot to show you this. This is the remastered service manual. And as you can see, this thing is completely rewritten with, and here you can see who made it. You can download this on the internet. It's very nice, super detailed. You got every detail in here. One thing which is going to help us a lot is all the resistor values and stuff, because a lot of these are quite faded. You can't really read what they're supposed to be, etc. And there's how to make the magic eye circuit. This is pretty cool. But yeah, this has got everything in it. It's got all the information you could ever ask for, how to restring the dial, what values all caps should be, what values all resistors. You have very nice schematic which can be printed on a very large piece of paper if you want, but this is good enough for me. It's quite sharp and good. So yeah, now let's change that coupling cap just temporarily so we can carry on testing here. So I'm gonna grab my pliers here since these bloody things are leaking so much oil. See, bye 0.02. Let's take the meter to it just for fun and see just how bad it is, assuming I can get a connection on it, but I think I'll be able to. I can hold on to it with my pliers. Piece of wood there. .07 when it's supposed to be 0.02. So this thing is super leaky. This one needs to go in my old capacitor collection. Bye. So now we have these wires just dangling here, which is great. There's this protective sleeving here, which I'm gonna cut off a little bit so we get it a bit shorter. Full of oil. Nice. Let's put it back on. And here. Let's grab this capacitor. Let's see, the leads are probably not going to be long enough as usual. And since this is just for testing purposes, I'm going to just do this. And a J-hook that bloody thing. Might not have enough lead length to do this, but oh well. This is a pain. There's not enough lead length, is there? Not even if I bend these out, right? Nah, it's never gonna work, is it? Well, that's awesome. Let's find some different capacitor then. One that has longer leads. What's this? 4 and 7. That's 0.0047. Nah, that's too small. What do I have in my other bin of parts here? Polyfilm caps. What do we have? We have Sprague 0.1. That's a bit large for a coupling cap in that position, but it will surely work fine. What do we have here? 0.01. That's almost a bit too small. 0.01. But then again, it's just for testing, so I suppose we can use whatever we want. We have a Rifa cap in there, but that's one of those with very integrated resistor, so that's not a good idea. Now another 0.01. Well, okay. Let's just use Sprague 0.1, I guess. That will do. Sprague 0.1. Firstly, let's make sure it's good, since these are used capacitors. They could potentially have been abused, I don't know. So let's have a look. Bang on. So this one's probably fine. So let's just get that in there. That should have enough lead length to... Oh my god, this hack repair is really irritating. I'm gonna cut this off again so we get clean, because I fucked up my bend there. Just go ahead and wrap this like that. Wrap that like that. Get this in here. Wrap that lead like that. Something like this. Again, I'm only doing this for testing purposes. This is not, and I repeat, this is not how you do this in the real world. I know a lot of people do this, but don't do it unless it's only for testing purposes. This is only a test. See, can we get this crimped? Come on. Also, I'm gonna cut the video here. Okay, there we go. I just cut the video to ensure that there is not gonna be any glitches with the audio, because I do have a lot of audio glitches with this camera, unfortunately. But it should be all good. There we go. Just gonna make sure we crimp this end real good as well. And yeah, this is just temporary. Don't do this. It's just for the time being, so we can continue on with our testing of this. Got our soldering iron here, which is blazing hot right now, I hope. At about 375 degrees Celsius. Getting out some nice solder here. And we are going to get in here and get a bit of solder on this joint. Here we go. That should be good enough for a test. Alright, so now we don't have any more leaky coupling cap at least. So that should take care of that for the time being. And that's not the proper way of fixing this, of course, but okay, let's get this hooked back up to that ground point back here. It was a quite good one actually. But the problem is this probe gets a little bit in the way, I have to say. Let's see, is there anywhere else I can just clip this easily here? Well, you can clip it to the chassis anywhere, but I want to have a more reliable ground connection than that. Let's see, back here, yeah, here we can ground it over here. There we go. That's gonna be pretty good. So let's hook this back up. Let's plug this into the bulb limiter again. Limit. Get my probe on the main B plus here, and I hope you can see that well. Let's bring up the voltage a little bit. There we go, up to about 50. We'll leave it there. And now if we just have a look here real quick, you can do this when it's not warmed up. 50 volts there and no voltage there, so that's good. So let's see if the thing wants to warm up. I don't think it's conducting yet. There we go. The hum isn't actually as loud now, so that's good. But it's still there. .36 volts, 25 volts. Yeah, voltages are very, very low right now. Let's bring it up a bit more. Oh wow, that's 70 volts, and it's like it's going to blow the speaker. Wow, that is insane. This is the most filter hum I've ever had. Let's, just for fun, let's grab, I don't have any real good electrolytics for this, but let's grab an electrolytic. 160 volts, 250 volts, this one maybe. And some alligator clips, and let's just parallel it to the main filter there and see if the hum goes away. Let's see if we can get that better situated on there. Here we go. Let's bring it up a bit more now. Where's my meter probe? Here it is. Let's bring it up. Here we go. We're at 70 volts again. We're at 140 volts. It doesn't hum as badly, but it still hums, of course. 95 volts there. What do we have on the third section here? 137 volts. 113 here. Nothing on the control grid, good. Look how leaky these caps are. It's insane. 8 volts there. That's a cathode. It's looking pretty good on that tube. Let's see the cathode. This is the cathode for the audio output. 8 volts, so that doesn't seem excessive, so it's not conducting too much right now, thankfully. What are these bloody resistors? That resistor is not soldered, so that's great. That's just some kind of bypass cap with 70 volts across it. Nice. 4.6 volts on that one. It's just a bypass cap again. 4.8 volts on that one. Another bypass cap. What do we have here? That's another bypass cap there. Under fairly high voltage, so that's not that great. Let's see, what do we have here? Fairly low voltage, okay. Okay, so there's nothing that's alarming me right now. Yeah, we have we don't have any leakage to my new coupling cap, so that's good. Very bad filter caps, but oh well. 154 volts B plus right now. So let's see if we can bring it up a bit more. We're up to 80 volts. The bulb limiters are starting to glow a little bit. We're at 224. I'm starting to hear static, believe it or not. B plus. Yeah, these filter caps are shot. Most likely they're all bad. That's why we still have hum, but I can hear some static here. Ha! I can hear static. That's insane. I can't tune it though because the tuning is broken right now, but listen to that. If I touch the antenna input, it's actually working, and I can hear that the AVC is working. If you listen to this, listen what happens. You hear how it goes silent and then comes back up. Yeah, this thing is actually alive other than all the bad capacitors. And we're running at 85 volts. And it is, yeah, it's alive. Let's switch the bands. There's short wave. And I can hear that typical short wave sound. Beat frequency oscillator, let's try it. That doesn't seem to be working. Okay. A and L. Oh, there we go. That is not good. The B plus, the power draw is going up. Something is acting up. But yo, I think it's actually alive. I need to be able to tune it. So what I'll probably do is we'll turn it off now. Let the B plus drain. Let's make sure this cap is discharged here. Yeah, it is. I'll flip it up on its side so I can get my hand in there. And we'll hook up a clip lead as an antenna and see if it does anything. But this is a really good start. It is literally picking up those shortwave statics already. So this thing is probably a pretty damn good receiver. So let's put the camera back. Let's go ahead and flip this thing up on its side. I want to do this with the power off so that we don't get any short circuits here now when we have filter capacitors just floating around in the breeze. I'm gonna probably select a different ground spot for this, but let's flip it around like that. I guess we could ground it to the backboard here. That should work fine. Okay, let's get my hand in here. I'm gonna go handheld a little bit now, so apologies for those of you who get motion sick. Whoa, that lamp is almost touching the... that should be bent back a little bit. Okay, there we go. Let's bring up the voltage a little bit again. 70-ish volts. And you can see the tube filaments are glowing so nicely already. One of the dye bulbs are shot, but I think I have some of those, don't I? No, I don't. Okay. 76 volts. Let's bring it up until the bulbs are just slightly glowing. 85 volts. Let's see if we get any static now. Yes, let's see if we can tune it. Whoa, we have some touchy plates there. Switch it off real quick. That's a real bummer right now. The fact that that's shorting out is not good. It shorts quite severely too, it's really bent. Now it might work. Okay, let's power it back up. on the variac at 80 volts. I've got a bit of a power switch at on the variac there, so I can easily... It warms up so fast, wow. Okay, let's see now. Still shorts out. I think that other plate is shorting out now. Where is the bloody short? There we go. There's still a bit of a short in there somewhere, but it's better. It works! Can you believe it? I turned off the lights in here to remove the interference, because these are LEDs. It works! It's shooting in from Germany. And that's just with my alligator clip antenna. We're running on 90 volts and the dim bulb. Wow. There's so much bass, look at that speaker. Wow, that's insane. I have never had a radio this hot, and I haven't even like repaired it or anything yet. That's insane. And it's in my workshop with an alligator clip as an antenna. And I haven't even got a ground hooked up. It's just sitting here. That's crazy. There's still a lot of short circuits in this tuning cap. More antenna. When when you turn off the AVC, something weird happens. And the B plus gets loaded down. That's insane. Switching band. Ah, that's so freaking cool. There's a lot of stations there actually. It can actually pick up many of them. I can hear them, but it's hard for me to tune them in without having the gearing of the dial cord. My finger is very rough compared to the dial, of course. But this is wild. It actually freaking works. Minus the bad filter cap. Let me remove the filter cap from circuit here and show you just how bad it will be. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. That's crazy. That is how much hum there is. Wow, that's insane. Let's see if I can connect that back. Wow, that is insane. But it works. It works. That's so fucking cool. I don't know if you can hear that. The BFO is working. Can you believe it? That is crazy. Everything is working. That is wild. Despite of the state of this, with all this horribleness, it actually works. Let's see if the filter cap is getting warm. Oh, that is not a good idea. That's not very good. But hey, despite of the state of this, it's working. Can you believe it? That's just crazy. And it works actually pretty well. With just a clip lead. I am so freaking happy. Look at the interference when I turn the lights on. It goes crazy, but there you go. Well, there we are. The major organs are clearly in working order. So this radio is going to be an absolute wonderful one to restore. All major organs seem to be still good, since it works this well, even with all these original capacitors. Well, not original, but these bad capacitors, and the filter cap is beyond the shot. It's just completely done for. So that filter can in here, that one is coming out, and all these old bumblebee capacitors, they are all coming out. This weird shit is coming out. All of it is getting redone properly. This is coming out and it's going to be replaced with the proper value, and it's not going to be yay hooked, of course. That was just so I could do this test without destroying my output tube. Yeah, I have my work cut out for me, and a lot of these resistors in here, if not all, are gonna have to be replaced as well. So what we're going to do next is we are going to get this thing out of the cabinet. That is just going to have to happen. There is no way I can work with this inside the case like this. There's your test filter cap. So yeah, this thing is gonna have to come out of the cabinet here. And let's see, this thing doesn't have a speaker plug. Nope, the speaker is directly soldered. So we're gonna have to unbolt the speaker. Just gonna low key suck, not gonna lie, but such is life. We have a lot of stuff here we're gonna have to deal with. In fact, I might just do that first to get that done with, so that I don't need to deal with it again. Filter can is gonna have to come out of here, and we're gonna put some new caps in. What I think I'm gonna have to do is I'm not gonna remove it physically, I'm gonna cut it out. That will mount some terminal strips underneath and put the filter can, or put the filter caps like that instead. Yeah, all the tuning mechanism is gonna need to get oiled and everything. But hey, our power transformer is good. All our tubes are good, which is also surprising. But then again, these are pretty rugged. We only have 3 actual glass envelopes in here, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, chassis is gonna come out. That's the next step. And I think we can just easily... And also these light bulbs are short, so I'm gonna see if I don't have some more light. Well, one of them is short. It's GE44 USA. There's no wattage marking on these bloody things. This one is good, the other one isn't, but I'll see. I think I have some which might be a bit better. What are these? They are 5 watts. That might be a bit much, but I suppose we can try them. Pretty sure these are gonna light up a whole lot better than what was in there. Okay, let's pop them in. Let's grab the cable again and just shove it into the variac up here. There we go. On. Oh yeah. Now that is what I'm talking about. Look at that. That's beautiful. Which one was good? Who knows? They'll go into my dead light bulb collection. Oh my god! Look how much the speaker's vibrating! Those filter caps are beyond shot. But that is looking nice. Oh my god. I gotta shut this off before I destroy it. Oh my god. It's brutal. But there you go. Now I got some proper dial illumination again, which looks nice. Alright, let's get the chassis out of this thing. Okay, so I'm working on taking the chassis out, or taking the speaker out. I've removed the screws all around, so now the top part of the case is loose. And looking in here, there are some little tabs here. So you're meant to pull this straight up, but you need a shit ton of force. Like a lot of force. But it is loose here in the back, so we're just gonna get it out of here. And once we have it out of here, we'll pull the remaining chassis bolt there. The other one, as you know, is missing the nut. Wow, this is insane. Well, it's starting to come apart, but wow, you need a lot of... See if we can help it a little bit. Yeah, there you go. Let's take a screwdriver gently into the corners here. Let's see. There we go. Charge your battery. Charge your bloody battery. Here we go. There is that. So now, if we remove that chassis screw, which is already pretty loose actually. Nice. Not really. Here we go. One of them still has its nuts at least. Let's put it up there. Now, theoretically, there should be nothing more holding this chassis in, so let's see. I'll grab it by this IF can here and the power transformer. And let's see how hard it's going to be to get it out of here. We need to lift it up above the lip here in the back, so that's gonna take a bit of persuasion. And you almost need to be 2 people to do this. Okay, I think it's out. There it is, guys. Hey, there's the chassis. Wonderful. Got it out. So now we're gonna remove the case. Oh, look at the paint in here. Well, you can't see that right now. We'll look at it in a bit. There is the chassis. Now we can really work on it. I'm gonna go handheld here. Look at how nice the paint is in here. If I want to get a paint sample, this is the perfect place to get a paint sample. But I really don't want to repaint this, because that would kind of ruin it if you ask me. Well, here's the chassis. Gonna have to make some protective thing for the speaker, because I would hate to damage this. And I'm probably gonna take a zip tie or two, and I'm gonna just try and get it attached here so it doesn't fly around and get damaged too badly. Dial cord is broken, but now we can deal with that. Now we can take all the tubes out. We can polish this chassis. I want it looking like that. Gonna take these off so we don't shatter these. These are incredibly fragile, so you need to be super careful. So what you do is you take a marker and you mark these where they are, and then you unscrew them. And you can see here, that's the color they're supposed to have. That's the color they have after UV exposure. But these ones are not that badly faded. There's the tuning. And we still have the spring here. It's just that the cord itself is snapped. This dial cord is not original, I don't think, but it is just in really bad shape, so we're gonna have to change it out. You know what? It almost looks like someone has attempted to restring this, but failed and gave up. That's what it looks like. But yeah, here we are. This thing is in really nice shape. It really is, actually. And I think I'm gonna take these chrome bits off and we're gonna polish those up a bit. But we'll worry about the cosmetics later. And here is this. And I've got all the screws for it there. So let's see if we can't just put this back here so we don't lose parts or whatever, because that's not a good thing. Yeah, there's the chassis. Quite good, I think. I've definitely seen worse. This is not rusty, this is just very dirty. If I take my screwdriver here and we scrape this, it all comes off. See? So yeah, what I'm probably gonna do is I'm just gonna get some stuff and we'll clean this right up. It's gonna look like new again. And I want to keep the patina on the cabinet, so I'll probably give it some car polish. I am so thrilled. This is looking really nice, and we're just gonna need a lot of oil and stuff as well, but this is a wonderful start right here.